Hello friends, online lecture series of Object Oriented Programming and Language. SND College of Engineering and Research Center Yeola, Department of Computer Engineering. Myself Professor Saukar Dhanashri, Department of Computer Engineering. Subject is Object Oriented Programming. Unit number 1, Fundamental of Object Oriented Programming. Overview of C++. Object Oriented Programming is a programming paradigm tool which is used to build more reliable and reusable system. Two types of programming paradigm. First, procedure oriented programming, and second, object oriented programming. First, structured programming gives importance to logic rather than data, emphasis and algorithm rather than data. Programs are divided into modules. Independent function produce and discrete tasks. Do not support inheritance and polymorphism in structural programming. In procedural language like Fortran, Pascal, COBOL, C, a program is a list of instructions. Each statement in a program tells the computer to be something. Procedural approach has its own limitations. Division into function, complex data undervalued. Structural programming give importance to the logic rather than data, emphasis and algorithm rather than data. First, division the function. Loosely defined discipline program divided into number of functions. Grouping number of functions into large until called module. Next, complex. Large program become complex to debug and maintain. Data undervalued, important to action and not for the data. Data is not secure. Any function can access the global variable, can changes its values. Next, extensibility. It allows the extension of the functionality of the existing software components. Precedence. The phenomenon where the object outlives the program execution and times and exists between execution of program is known as persistence. Genericity it allows the declaration of data items without specifying their extract data type. Delegation. Two most common technique for reusing functionality in object-oriented system are class inheritance and object composition. In class inheritance, we know that if the class is derived from A, then B is kind of A. The new approach to object composition says that an object can be collection of many other objects, and the relationship is called a relationship of containership. Delegation is a way of making object composition as powerful as inheritance for reuse. Here, two objects are involved in handling the request. Receiving the object delegates operation to its delegates, just similar to subclass sending request to parent class. In some cases, inheritance and containership relations are serve in the same purpose. A C++ program consists of a number of objects which communicate each other by calling one another function. The member function in C++ as method. Calling an object is member function is referred to and sending a message to the object. The object internal structure is totally hidden from the data, and this property is called data information hiding and data encapsulation. In C++, both attribute data and member function are member of class. The data are declared either as private or public. Public member can be accessed by any function. Private members can be accessed method of the same class. C++ has a special constructor function to initialize new instance and a destructor function to perform necessary cleanup when an object is to be destroyed. C++ provide of memory allocation for objects, static, automatic and dynamic. First, static, pre-allocated by the compiler variable outside a function using keyword. Automatic function allocated on stack local variable with an function. Dynamic allocated from a heap explicit request from programmer. Difference between structural programming language and object-oriented programming language. First, structural programming language give importance to logic rather than data. OOP means give importance to data. Data is not all protected, can be modified by anyone. Only the preferred set of method can modify data. Here data is not accessible to anyone. We cannot create reusable component. We can create reusable component. Large programs are divided to smaller programs is known as function. They are divided into objects. Function cannot be mapped in a real world. OPs can be mapped to a real world. For example, in OOP, a programmer on car can be written by creating a class called car and having function and data variable associated with it. Next, difference between C++ and C language. C++ is an object-oriented programming language. Programs are written using class and objects. C language are C is a structural or procedural oriented programming language where the programs are written using several functions. Stream object for input output, that is iostream.h. It has used to C++ has stream type object like C in and out. C language is stdio.h file are included in the program for input output. C++ is inlining and overloading of function. C language C doesn't support inline and overloading function. C++ is storage operator new and delete. C language only memory allocation function like mollac and collac are used. C++ is support for object-oriented programming through inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation. C programming is do not support object-oriented programming. In C++, comments are enclosed slash and star, and C is comment is close slash and star. In C++, declaration statement can occur just anywhere in the code. C language in declaration statement must be first element in a block. C++, the function and operator overloading is possible in C++. The function with different type of argument can have same name. Operator can be redefined to the different task. C language is function and operator overloading is not possible in C. Function with different type of argument that to have different name. Operators cannot be redefined as in C++. Thank you friends for watching this video.